And the chicken is as well.
Right.
What's my other favorite? Your soup, Chef Larry.
And then we have Robert Burns over here from the Observer paper. Go ahead, Robert. Grab a seat over there.
Robert Burns.
Do I need to be on this side of the mic? Or
No, that side of the mic.
Those wonderful universal.
Yes,
these are one of the universal ones where it picks up both sides.
Do you know who invented this?
I did.
It was Bing Crosby who originally came up with this kind of a microphone.
Really?
Did he?
That could come from all different directions. He was more than just a great singer. He was a bright fella.
Wow. Hey, now Robert Burns sounds like a very famous name.
It is, indeed. When you grow up in the shadow of a Scottish poet like Robert Burns, the second only to William Shakespeare.
When we were golfing in Scotland, out of the clear blue, I heard of Robert Burns.
Well, we had a hard time understanding that accent, but the Gaelic.
And I said... And finally I said, Robert Burns. He said, okay, Robert Burns.
They have a good deal of trill to their R's,
Robert,
particularly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a burr. Anything other than a writer is a name with a name like
Robert Burns.
That's
Yeah,
right.
because you'd be in trouble otherwise.
But do you think Robert Burns would be a little disappointed that you're a newspaper writer?
Oh, no. He was a very open-minded fellow as far as what medium you chose. Of course, there weren't that many choices back then.
No, there weren't. But we did see his where he was buried anyway in Scotland.
Yes, I think there's a wall somewhere that bears his name, and they take great pride in it.
And we do want to mention we're on WPIO 89.3 and WKTO 88.9. We're doing a tower share-a-thon to raise money for the tower that we need to build and get up there so we could stream out a lot further on WKTO, because Chef Larry and Gwen are going to be out here in New Smyrna doing a lot of radio shows, just out there traveling the road.
Well, Marianne called me yesterday and asked me if I could possibly get down here, take some pictures, talk to the folks, and find out about your phenomenal outreach, and that eventually this might result in a far greater ability to reach out and bring the Lord's word to many, many more people.
Oh yes,
definitely.
a
And
million
that is a great
plus.
thing.
I mean, we really reach quite a few right now.
Right,
phenomenal.
And WPIO basically covers Orlando, Volusia County, which is Daytona, all the way out to Tampa, Dade City, Zephyr Hills, Palm Bay. I think I'm going to have to check my conch fingers real quick.
Please. They wouldn't call you Chef Larry if you didn't do
chefing
that every
somewhere.
now and then. That's exactly right.
And I want to mention the numbers, 386-427-1095. That's for a pledge. And 877-541-9586. We have we've gone quite a bit up the ladder in the last couple of days in funding. So people are out there, people are giving, and are very generous.
That's
and
spectacular.
they want WKTO to keep telling others our message and broadcasting all over. We heard this in Titusville today. We come up from Titusville, and we're on the station in Titusville, and we did hear 88.9 FM loud and clear. So can you imagine if we get the tower?
Well,
Amazing.
It's what we were called to do. Every chapter of the New Testament, somewhere or another, says that we are to reach out and to truly spread the word, whether it be through secular means like the radio or a newspaper,
right?
Or whether it be in church,
one-on-one.
That's
too.
right. Oh, certainly one-on-one.
Yes.
That's the most important one, to be a witness through every action that we have.
That's the main thing, to be a witness, exactly, and how you behave and how you carry on your life. And this is a great opportunity to give to this station. And if you like this, the music is just wonderful that Carol's been playing.
And I do want to say Walter from waltersphotos.org is filming this for YouTube.
I didn't realize
so you can be
he was
plastered
over
all over the walls on YouTube there. Robert.
Yes.
Mr. Burns.
Well, I
got to have the accent.
Yes, you have to work on that burr, but you spend a little more time over there, and I'm sure you'll have one.
Well, there they say Barons, not
Barons.
Barons.
Well, I played St. Andrews and Turnberry, and I tell you, unbelievable courses. So what we'd like to get is some people to...
But it was really pretty looking over at Ireland.
That's right. We looked over at Ireland.
We wanted to get over there.
But we'd like to get some people to call in at 386-427-1095 and pledge whatever they possibly can, a donation to help raise that tower. And also our 877 number which is 877-541-WKTO or 9586.
And today, everybody has a cell phone, practically.
That's right.
So.
Everybody's got a cell phone.
That's right, and more people. Truthfully, this kind of outreach is a very important one because with radio being so pervasive, and I mean we're in our cars all the time.
Right.
Honestly, in many ways, this is one of the most wonderful ways you can learn about our Lord and the beauty of His words.
It really is, and radio has gone through so many transformations, and of course there's satellite. They thought everything was going to be going to satellite, but it's more, for me, more trouble than it's worth.
Well, I think that a great many people are starting to feel more and more that way. I think that we make adjustments, and of course the younger generation is always willing to grow where we sometimes aren't as willing. But I think I feel very comfortable jumping into my car, turning on the radio, whether it be satellite or otherwise, and listening, and it's otherwise in my car, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you stay current, too.
And we do want to thank real quick Domino's Pizza in Titusville.
That's right.
That had you deliver these pizzas all the way out here, Michael.
And they were warm when I got here.
I know.
Still.
Michael on Singleton and Derry, and also who's assistant manager while Chris is out of town, who's the manager, set us up with pizzas. We also want to thank Rocket Rentals for giving us all these tables and chairs.
Oh, yeah, they're
and
very nice.
We also want to thank
Aaron's,
the Bounce House, and we want to thank Aaron's, of course.
For the grill.
Yes,
and
I have a colleague today out in the field with me. My daughter Willa is an unofficial reporter, and she enjoyed the Bounce House immensely. Of course, at the age of 4, we are much more willing to bounce.
But wait a minute.
Well,
I'm a little bit older, and I got into Bounce House for the first time in my life.
Holy smokes!
Yes, and I asked my wife to come in. She goes, "No, I can't do that."
Are you now a changed man, Larry?
I am now a changed man, and I can't. Here's what I have to say: I can't understand how these kids can keep bouncing because I bounced about 3 times and got out.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. You know, Sir Isaac Newton has a lot more to work with you than he does with these little 40, 50-pound kids, that's for sure.
But I do want to thank Jumping Beans Party Rentals, which is at 386-760-6880, who donated this bounce house. And I'm looking at their card, and they have water slides and bounce house galores, castles, you name it. But I think my bounce house days are done. I probably should have done it when I was younger because I probably could have handled a little bit more.
Well, you're closer to the pad. I have trouble not going into a wall normally on my feet.
Well,
in a bounce house, there'd be something.
Well, you know what was fun when I was in the bounce house, I actually bounced up to the ceiling, which kids can't do. But that was pretty fun.
You're perhaps blessed there was a ceiling, or
yeah,
we might be pulling you down out of the trees right now.
They would shoot me to the moon, Alice, right?
That's exactly right. You're dating yourself. Now zoom to the moon.
Don't forget about what's cooking in that pot.
Oh, thank you very much.